Hello my soul family, welcome to the Spiritual Counseling TV network and to our weekly spiritual guidance for this week of November 28th, 2022 to December 4th, 2022. My name is Christie Ramirez and I'm your soul coach, spiritual influencer, and motivational speaker. And this is again the first week of December. We are entering December. So that's very powerful because make sure that you also set your intentions for the month on the 1st of December and realize that this is also the last month of the year before we enter the new year. So this is a very important moment where we're at right now for reflection, for setting new goals, getting ourselves organized and on track with where we want to be in our future, stepping into the new year. This is definitely not a week to procrastinate, but actually get more on top of getting your things organized, getting on top of your game, and being your most responsible, disciplined self. This is a major transformative week. We've been building up on this, these past couple weeks that I've been saying, and I know last week we didn't have the series, but I did do a special Thanksgiving message because it was a holiday week, and I was guided to take the week off. I actually was really guided to take that Monday off that I was going to film, and I'm actually doing this on Sunday evening. So you see, there's more responsibility coming in for all of us because of course I wanted to show up a little early. And I know that when I do these on Sunday night, even though it's that little extra effort, right? Because Sundays are usually our self-care days, are usually family days as well. So I had to do a little shifts in my schedule to either get this done earlier, whatever things that I needed to do to set the week right. I already got all of that planned out in the morning. I actually woke up the earliest that I ever did this week today. I was shocked and surprised by myself because it was not planned. And that's part of the energy that we are stepping into this week. It's like, stop planning too much and just start taking action. That's what's gonna get us, doing the things that we need to do that we might have in our head, but we might be wasting time over planning, overthinking as to how it's going to play out as well. That's a huge thing that I've been getting a lot of messages in silence this week, which is what the reasons when God and my spirit guides take me a step back and maybe not show up for like a certain filming project or event is because they want me to spend more time within myself getting these messages. This is part of what my light work mission and gifts are developed. It's in silence, it's in solitude, it's going within. And sometimes it doesn't feel so pretty even. It doesn't feel so good because, when you are in your head, sometimes they're not all positive thoughts. But at the end of the day, when we transmute this and I'm finally ready to show up to communicate, which is how I kind of like just sorted out all these thoughts, it's like it was just part of the channeling process, right? And so what I was getting is that, this is a week and in life in general to make ourselves so busy that we don't have time to waste time. And especially on things that are wasting your time. And this can be different for everybody, but we all have these little things that might just be little waste timers, right? Like maybe just overly writing what you're gonna do for the day. I know this is one of the things that I love to do. I love to plan. And I actually got out of the habit of writing everything in my planner physically, but then I felt like I was missing something, like I'm always working on blind. And so I started getting in the habit of then writing what I was going to do for the day in my iPhone and in my notes section. And then sometimes I get already stuck with, I'm not saying organization is a bad thing because at the end of the day, it really does help me to organize. But just don't overdo it. And this is just one example because there are other little waste timers that we all have, right? It can be maybe, I don't know, again, maybe just sinking into your own negative thoughts, or it could be maybe just activities or maybe habits or patterns that are not serving you anymore that you either need to let go, or it can even be people that you're spending time with that maybe they're draining your energy or they're literally wasting your time when you can be using that time for something more wise, for the mission or for whatever it is that you're being called into this next phase that we are stepping into 2023. I'm going to be doing a lot of all the major presentations that I usually do at the end of the year for the next year. I've actually been guided to postpone it till January. So January is going to be a busy month for me because not only am I going to be doing like every weekend an event, but I'm also going to be filming my program in the middle of the weeks. So it's gonna be like non-stop for me, creative content and just working. And then February I have other projects, and then March I think I finally get some rest. But this whole year, the next year has been planned out already for me as well. So I do think that this is a week of thinking ahead into the new year, but then doing what we need to do in this year to kind of close loose ends. Any unfinished business definitely needs to be sealed out for the next year. And whatever unfinished business that of course cannot be achieved in a month, we're definitely being guided to really strategically plan how we're going to set out little small goals to achieve it in the next year. Because we've all had resolutions that have not been achieved this year, right? They've not been checked out. And that's what we need to focus on this next year. No more procrastination. And usually all of our resolutions are important. Especially if you are in the habit of not making more than 10 resolutions because you don't want to outdo yourself. 10 important things, and it's impossible to get all of those 10 things done in a year, right? Because a lot of those are overreaching goals and we need to give ourselves time to do it. So God is telling me that we need to also honor the progress that we've made this year, be proud of ourselves because we did the best we could with what we had, including the energy with what we had, the emotions that we were dealing with. And that is enough, right? We need to have compassion on ourselves that we did what was enough. And we are also enough. We don't need to compare ourselves to another person's journey. We don't need to be overly harsh with ourselves to try to be where maybe we're not meant to be yet. And just acknowledge that where we're at right now is exactly where we need to be, and we're still learning lessons. And this is going to be a huge healing point for all of us. And it's going to be also a huge lifting of any weight that we've been carrying that is no longer serving us, because we need to let it go. We need to feel light as we step into this new year so that we can wear our angel wings and set this new year on a higher vibration and be our better self, right? And I think that it starts this week. I feel like the vibration is going to be elevated this week. So definitely whatever it is that you've been guided to do, start doing it this week. Maybe, plan out your holidays, get those little vacation getaways that are going to bring more joy into your life. I already have 2 getaways planned this December. So I know that it's going to be a good energy to start in the new year, because little getaways, little holidays definitely purify your energy and your aura. And that's important because we've all overloaded ourselves with the collective energy and then just doing the collective work, which puts a lot of this energy on our aura. So we're all needing to do a lot of spiritual cleansing, purification, doing more of the things that we love as well. So how can you free more of your time to do more of the things that make you happy? That's a very important one, because we want to bring in this little habit with us into the new year. So I will be expanding on this week's energies, of course, in the extended weekly spiritual guidance. But this is the main overall theme that I'm feeling. Stay focused on your goals. Take your power back in whatever way you've given it away, and step into this new week as if you were already starting the new year. Start now. Don't wait till the new year, because we want to start the new year already in this energy. And it takes a while for this transition to happen, so you want to start today. So that is a beautiful guidance for all of us this week. Happy December, of course, and check out the dailies because those are very important. And of course, I'll see you all later in the extended weekly spiritual guidance. Namaste.